Hi, welcome to this section. I'll be showing you on the basic Excel Module 1. We're going to understand the Excel interface. Therefore, we will learn every things or some of the things in Excel and the interface and some of the menus and ribbons present in Excel so that you can be able to follow up in the course when we get to start using formulas and looking into much about data. We're going to learn on editing, deleting, adding data in Excel, installing Excel add-ins, basic keyboard shortcuts, inserting, deleting columns rows, auto fits rows and columns, and also we will also look into numbers formatting, cell formatting, split boxes, and phrase bin. These are the things we are going to look into this in this module 1. So I will move forward by going to Excel and explaining the interface of Excel. Okay, here it's Excel. As you can see the environment, some of you might have an idea about how to use Excel or to navigate the Excel. On the top here, we can see we have ribbons and the properties inside the ribbons. Now, if you click on insert, you will see the properties belonging to insert and also to the formula. You will see the properties that is related or allocated to formulas. So using all these properties are very necessary depending on whatever thing you want to achieve while using your Excel. So you can also hide this ribbon up here by clicking that arrow at your top right, and if you want to bring it back, you simply click any of these um, menu on the ribbon, and you can also come back to pin it so that you might not always it won't always hide itself when you stop using it. So these are some of the things you need to use while using your Excel. We can also therefore, if you want to hide, increase the zoom in, zoom out the cells. You see, by using this zoom, we can zoom in and zoom out your Excel. Most preferable, people other many people keep it in 100%, but if you want a bigger view, depending on your view, you can increase it so that you can see it properly. You can also break preview by clicking here, then everything becomes blank. That means while typing on it, we have a blank space without a cell on it. You can also use page layout. This will now be segmented into different layouts, two different type of layout. Okay, I'll be going back to the Excel, and if you want to create a new sheet, you can simply come down here, click on new sheet. A new cell will open up, will be created for you. And if you actually want to know how many is the numbers of rows, you cannot simply tell us how many is the numbers of rows, but you can also try checking in the internet to know the numbers of rows. Now, before I get to this extent, I have to click on Control and the right key. To return back, you click on Control and the left key. So to see the numbers of columns we have on this particular um, column, you can actually click on Control down, and it's come down to over 1 million this is about 1 million data cell that you can impute, meaning that Excel is limited to the numbers of data it can accumulate or you can bring it into Excel. So it's mostly that's why it's the need of SQL is necessary when we are having a lot of data that is continuously populating into the database. So Excel does not take a lot of data like that. Sometimes even using over 500 to 800,000 data, it begins to hang depending on the kind of system you're using. So that's just it on your Excel, and that's just it on your Excel. For you to add, delete, and edit into any cell, so you can click on any or over on any of these cell. If you want to add value or text into the cell, you can click on one, then you move over to the next one by clicking tab, or you click on that any of the cell you want to add value to, so you can add value into it. Now if you notice the difference when using number, you will see that it's in text form telling you that this is a text and this is a number by aligning text to the left and aligning numbers to the right. So that's how to identify a text format and a number format. And I'll be talking about numbers and text formats when in the course of this course. So this is how to insert a text into a cell, and you can also edit a cell by just overwriting on it, or you can just place your cursor or click on that particular cell and click on F2. Then you can edit inside the cell. If you don't want to overwrite on it, you can just use your F2 to edit a cell, or you can simply double click to edit a cell. Now, I did not show you this particular bar. This is called a formula bar. For every formula you are entering in any cell, it will always come up here. Notice that as I'm typing into it, it also follow along with it. So that's how to edit and edit in Excel. So for you to delete any of this cell or any of the input you have on any cell, you can actually click on delete on your keyboard, or you right click on that particular cell and click on delete. Now, here we tell you if you want to delete shift cell left, you want to delete the cell left, shift entire row, you want to delete the entire row, meaning that all this row you want to take it off, entire column you want to delete the entire column, but we just want to shift it by deleting it. You can also use clear content, which is more faster, by deleting. Now on your keyboard, your delete is the same thing as clearing content. So that's how to delete a text or a value in Excel. So we also gonna see on how to delete row, add row in Excel. This is the data we have been using. So for we to add a column into this Excel, you can actually use a blank column, but Why I'm using a data so that you can also see the changes when adding a column. To add a column, you can actually click on Ctrl Shift plus it to add a column. To delete a column, you can click on Ctrl minus delete a column. Ctrl plus add a column and Ctrl minus delete a column, and you can also right click on that particular column and click on insert to insert a column, or to delete it you can also right click on it and click on delete to delete a particular column on your Excel. So that's just it for you deleting and adding column on Excel. Okay, I'll be showing you on how to fit rows and column in Excel. For example, um, you notice that this subcategory is not completely shown and product name is not completely shown. Even exactly the categories, subcategories, and products are not completely shown. So, if you want the text to fit to this column, you bring your mouse over between the line of that particular column and double click on it. Then you see that it has fit into the column. One other way you can also do that is one other way for you to also do that, you can highlight the whole of the column. Now I've highlighted the whole of the column. Then that's still not all, but for this highlighted this particular section of the column, and then just bring my cursor to any of the line between the line and double click on it. Everything will be auto fit by double clicking on that any line. Everything on that section will be automatically fit into the cell, so you can easily see every of the text or every of the value that has been imputed into the cell completely. Okay, uh up next I will be showing you on how to group rows and column. To group a column or row in Excel, you can simply highlight the range you want to group. The purpose of grouping rows and column in Excel is because if you want to um, hide some columns and you don't want to inconvenience yourself while using a large data, what you can simply do is that highlight that particular um, row or the particular region or range you want to hide. Then you go to data and click on group. It will simply group those columns. So if you want to hide it, you click on the button, the plus and minus button to hide and unhide. You can also do the same thing on row and on row by highlighting the range you want to group. Then you click on group. So by clicking on the button, you can ungroup and group the row that you want to hide. So those are the ways you can group a row on Excel. You can go back to there if you want to ungroup it, then you click on ungroup and also do the same thing to that of the column. You must highlight the column you want to ungroup, then you ungroup it, it will go back to normal. Another way to hide rows and column on Excel is by highlighting that particular range you want to hide and then click on hide. It will simply hide that row, and also you to the row also, since you've done that to the column, you can simply click that particular range of on the row to hide it. For you to unhide it, you need to highlight between where you have hidden, then you click on hide. It will do the same thing on the row to unhide the row and column. So that is it on how to group rows and column and hide them. So the next one I'll be showing you is on how to um freeze pin and split pin on Excel. So by doing, if you notice that while scrolling down, the header also hid while scrolling down. And if you notice some websites, if you're scrolling down on the page, the header always remain and freeze on website. So even at the by scrolling to your right, also by the right side is also hidden. So a good way to do this is by going to view, then you click on freeze. You can see freeze the top row. If you freeze this top row, then you see that by scrolling down, it has freeze the top row so that you will not miss any of these any data where they belong to, the category in which this each of these data belongs to. So you can also do that by freezing the column. So it will freeze the first column on the right side. So if you scroll to your right, the first column has been freeze. So the next one is splitting the boxes. You can actually split the boxes. I will advise that for better conveniency, it's good you use this unfreeze. Let me unfreeze this pane, then use this freeze pane. It will split the whole of this column into two. So it has splitted it into two. If you notice, a straight line cross between these two parts. Maybe because I over my cursor here. Okay, let me try by taking my cursor and bringing it. Let me unfreeze that first. Unfreeze all. Let me place my cursor here, then click on freeze. If you notice that wherever I place my cursor on, that's where it's picking the split column. So meaning that I want to freeze this three column and also want to freeze these first 10 rows on the left hand side. So if I scroll to my right, you will notice that it has been freeze. Okay, let me continue moving. It has been freeze, and also if I scroll down, the top side also has been freeze. So that is how to split a column, how to freeze a pane and split the boxes or the cell in Excel. So appreciate for watching this. On the next video, I'll be talking about on cell formatting and numbers formatting. Then we also gonna see on how to add in Excel. You can actually install more extensions into your Excel to make your work more easier. Okay.